Alright, I'm calling this my $30 mistake because, well, obviously it probably cost me 30 bucks, but it all started because I have a camera, a little FPV camera that I built. Got it for like 20 bucks on Amazon, and I was using 4 AA batteries to power it, and that takes up a lot of space, so I decided to buy these one cell little LiPo batteries because this thing can run as little as 3.3 volts all the way up to 7.4, maybe that's too high, but at least 3.3, and this is 3.7, and 4 AA's is 6, so that's what I was doing. And I was like, when I ordered it, it came to a 2-pack, so I was like, okay, well, I'll do that for the camera, and then maybe my Vortec with my upgraded receiver will be able to take a battery. And I thought I had read somewhere that they can do a 3.7 volts, but I later learned after a little bit of research that it's 4.5 or to 6 something, so 4 AA's. But so I'm not going to be able to get rid of this, my AA's I have right there for this guy. So, but as I said, I had 2 of these batteries, and I was like, well, let's just see if I can get this to plug into the receiver on the car. Even though the pigtail is different, it can still fit inside this guy, so it should be able to fit inside the little receiver, the place where it goes on the receiver. So I took the pigtail end and I put it in where it goes in the battery, right up here. And as I did that, it immediately caught fire. And the only reason, like, fire shot out of here. And the only reason why I know or can explain is there's those 2 metal wires exposed right there. And then that, and I think those 2 exposed wires somehow arced or touched 2 other surrounding posts and caught this on fire. Now, I don't know if you can see, but that little microchip at the very top is burnt, and that is what caught fire immediately when I crossed the line, the connectors. I figured if I had messed up that it just wouldn't do anything, but my impatience and, I don't know, impatience is the big word, and an extra battery caused this to catch fire. So to replace it was 30 bucks. So I got a replacement, and I will not be trying to plug that battery into this, even if I get a new connector, because I do kind of want to get a new connector to make that a little more streamlined so it's not a hassle. But I will just stick to the 4 AA batteries, and I use rechargeable batteries, and their voltage isn't as high as 6 volts. I think it tops out at like 5.4 or something, but it can go as little as 4.5, so we're good. But if I were to use a battery like that, I would have a battery with 3.7 voltage. I'd have to use a voltage, a little circuit board that steps up the voltage to 4.5 to 6 volts. And I don't know what that does to battery life. So that's just the scenario I'm in. I really want to get rid of those 4 AA's, but they work really well at running the receiver and running the steering servo to not pull off the regular battery. So this is just a little thing I had set up. This little $20 FPV camera works great with the little viewer I have when I bought my drone. I bought a $130 drone that came with FPV goggles and everything. So I was able to, this thing has 40 channels, so I was able to figure out the channels and get it to work and show up on my viewer. But the only way I can record video from this camera is on the viewer, and it's shaky and laggy. So I want to try and find out how I can get an SD card like this to this, or find something that has an onboard SD card, just like my drone does. So I'm going to be replacing this back in my car right there, and it'll work again, and I won't touch it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I think the car is good to go. I don't know what I was thinking, and like I said, I had an extra battery and I was impatient with thinking about it. So don't do that. Don't try and plug, I know it's obvious, don't try and plug connectors that don't go where they go, even if they'll fit, because unthought of accidents could happen. So learn from me, don't make a $30 mistake and have your car down for a week while you wait for parts. I was going to buy one of these receivers for my JATO 3.3, but now I'm going to have to wait because that receiver just now went to this car. So we'll see what happens. You know, but hopefully you can not make the mistake I made, or just be smarter than me. So yep, that's my $30 mistake. Hopefully I'll get some more driving videos out here pretty soon. So, alright, we'll catch you next time. Subscribe.